Okay, yeah, we're recording now and I'll start. So yeah, we're doing Patristocrats today. Really, the best thing that we can do for this is just to do a bunch of examples together. So I have a lot on these slides. I don't think we'll get through all of them, but like if you want to go through them yourself afterwards or something, it'll be on the Google Classroom. So just a quick overview. Super similar to aristocrats. They're just aristocrats, except no spaces or punctuation. So punctuation doesn't just mean periods. It also means no commas, no apostrophes. So you can't necessarily tell that something's a contraction unless like, you look at it, say you see like CANT and it makes no sense at first, but then you just have to realize, oh, there should be an apostrophe, but it's just not there because it's a patristocrat. And I said no spaces, but what I should say is that the spaces aren't in the correct place. So usually you'll see these in letter groups of 5. Just know that, it's not a bunch of 5-letter words that make up a sentence. They're just randomized spaces that aren't usually where they should be. They could line up with the spaces, who knows? Okay, so quick tips, frequency analysis. It's always relevant, never have it be the only thing that like guides your solving process, I guess, because E isn't always going to be the most common letter in there. It's probably going to be like top 3 or something like that though. Common digraphs, it's a little bit harder to like work in, but I mean, in most cases, you're going to use this with TH. So say you see like an A-B-C-A pattern, like where you don't know that it's a 4-letter word in this case because it's a patristocrat, right? But you have 4 adjacent letters and the first and the 4th letter match up. If that letter is pretty common, it could be T. And then if you look at the first and second letters, like say you're like hypothesizing that that 4-letter combination is that, then if you look in the rest of the cipher and you see that TH digraph again, you can be increasingly sure that your guess is right the more times that you see TH pop up. And for vowels, this isn't necessarily true, the fact that it says they seldomly appear next to each other, but you just kind of have to exercise good judgment. So like for U, for instance, you're probably not going to see a double U unless, say you have 2 words adjacently that say like U under, like, in weird cases like that, you might see double U, but it probably won't happen. So you just got to mostly do process of elimination for these. So we'll get straight into some examples. So this is a hinted one. So, it's not going to be as hard as the other ones. And I'll just fill in what we have right off the bat. Yeah, so like our other classes, just like shout it out if you want, or you can just put your suggestions in chat for what you see. And then if we ever get stuck, I'll just try and like guide us in the right direction. Oh, also, this is definitely how I recommend like doing any sort of monosub cipher. Like you probably want to fill in all the letters that you have first, just so you make sure like at the end, say you're stuck on a word and it has a couple of missing letters, you don't want those to be letters you've already solved, right? Because then, it doesn't feel so great because you just wasted like 10 seconds or something realizing that you could have had it filled in already. Okay, so lastly, we have these. Okay, I see something we could work off of there. There's a lot of H's in this cipher. That's kind of weird. Okay, so we filled everything in that we know. Anybody got a suggestion on where we should head next? It doesn't necessarily have to be like this letter equals this letter. It could just be like, hey, I think you should divide the words here because, I think this word ends here or something. Are you trying to fill something in?
I was gonna say F could be equal to T
All right, what makes you think that?
because it's probably gonna say width.
Yeah, nice job. So yeah, we were looking here. Probably the only thing that this could be is with, unless it's some word that has like wish or like witch in it, but not super common. And then do we think with is the word there, or is there's like something more to it? You know what? We can come back to that question. Maybe it's a little bit hard to see right now. But if we look in, top
K could
right,
be
sorry, what was that?
K could be A. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Because we see that twice, right? So, that makes us pretty confident that K is A. I'm just going to finish filling in the T's first. Okay, so everything that we know is filled in. What I'd suggest for us to do right now is that we make it really clear where the beginning and ends of words that we know are. So for instance, I'm just going to put like some dividers here for that, because that can't really be part of, a longer word that has THAT in it. That kind of is just by itself. So for that, just kind of cut the word off so we know that it's not going to extend past where it already is. I'm also going to do the same for I wish. And then what do we think about here? Here being like this second 5-letter group. Do we think like it ends with I wish I, or is it like another word that starts with I?
It's probably like I wish I could, right? Or I wish I would, or something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that was actually what I was hinting at. So definitely let's cut this off at I, because just starting a sentence with I wish I is a really common thing to do, right? And then what needs to follow that is some sort of conditional thing. So, could or would. We don't necessarily know what A is yet, but we could just go ahead and guess, because they end in the same 4 letters, we could do this sort of thing. And then we could see in the rest of the cipher if it works out. Oh, and what I was trying to hint at earlier is that this is without. Like I didn't cut it off at with because I saw this extra T at the end, so it's without. Uh, oh, okay. So we see OOD here, right? What kind of word usually has OOD in it?
Good.
Yeah, so I think it's a pretty good guess if we just have good here, because it's not going to be like food, or like probably it's not going to be food. But then we see this double G. So how can we like make sense of this double G? What letter comes before it that like,
Only a different word.
yeah, it is part of a different word. But then, what is Q probably? I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Um,
No, it's probably
Yeah.
N.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Hold on. I skipped filling in the D's, so I'm gonna finish those up. So-
You missed an I after without it.
Oh yeah, my bad. Can we see like the part that I kind of underlined? Does that look familiar? Oh, actually we have N.
Understand.
Yeah, nice. Okay, it's getting a little bit messy, but I'll try to keep it as neat as possible.
In the last line, it's like the telly. It could be television.
Really good guess, but I don't think so because television has one L, right?
Oh,
I
no
think
What about like right before understand? Could be him. So G would equal M.
yeah. So yeah, I was actually gonna hit that, but nice job. So here I think I guess
Oh, I wish I could make him understand.
yeah. I was about to explain, but there wasn't really anything to explain at that point. So here, oh, we do know that it's could because we already used W and I wish. But what I was gonna say is, I wish I would make him understand doesn't really make sense because if you wish you would do something, you would just do it, right? Because like you are you. So in that case, if you didn't have W already, then you would know that it's could and not would. And here, yeah, this is intellect.
Is S V
After sorry.
Is
Okay.
S D
V?
V. Hold on.
Because loving.
Oh yeah, loving. Yeah, nice job. And then I guess does that help us get the last word?
Poverty.
Poverty. Yeah, nice. I wish I could make him understand that a loving, good
Heart.
heart, yeah, is riches enough. All right, so kind of like old Englishy, but I guess it's still grammatically correct. So it says, I wish I could make him understand that a loving, good heart is riches enough and that without it, intellect is poverty. Kind of a little too philosophical for me, but I mean, a lot of quotes are like that. All right, so, this one was pretty easy because we did get a pretty huge hint, 4 letters or like 5 letters, but 4 distinct letters at the beginning. And then I think I have it set up so they should get, a little bit harder as we go. Hold on, I cannot see this. W maps to G, okay. So right off the bat, we see some weird stuff because like G probably shouldn't be this common, right? But this isn't a guess. They told us that it's right. So we just have to work with what we have. I don't see any left. How many is that? 7. Can somebody tell me if W says 7? My chat is covering it.
Yeah, it does.
All right, thanks. Okay, so here, I think, going off of our hint, we have maybe 2 things we could look at. The ending is also another thing we could look at, but that's more of guesswork. We should probably stick with like more of high probability stuff, and that's where our hint is. So I guess I don't want to give this away because if I like tell you the location, you probably will automatically get it. So does anybody have a suggestion about like what letters might be around any of the G's?
Could the first word end in ing?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Jogging or something? Hogging, logging. I don't
You say pogging?
know. No, just no.
Yeah, so another reason why, or first of all, like ing is a really good guess because it's a common way that words end. But another reason why I think that it's good is because you have this next word that starts with I. So what is that word probably?
Is
Yeah. I guess it could be like isn't or something. So I won't cut the word off yet, but it's probably just is. And actually it's not isn't because we used N. So yeah, I'll fill in I, N, and S for now, and we'll see where that gets us. Okay, so this word definitely cuts off here because there's no way S, G are next to each other in the same word. Same thing with GS. Wait, I guess GS is technically possible, so I won't cut it off there, but it's probably not going to happen. Okay. Yeah, so we filled in everything we have. And, I think jogging is a really good guess for the first one. I'll just go ahead and do it. I was going to say like maybe be cautious about it because it could be like begging or something, but I guess before I do anything, there's one reason why I think it's jogging that's, decently obvious in the rest of the cipher. Can somebody like tell me what it is? Here's a hint. I know it's I know it's a ogging verb versus an egging verb because look for where else this letter appears. And I guess,
It appears double.
yeah, it appears double. So like, that's how we know it's not A at least, right? Or like U, like bugging or something. But also appears double after G. So like, what does that kind of tell us? Twice, actually.
it might be good.
Yeah. And here, let's not stop here. We see good and then this O pop up again and here again, right? If anybody can get this whole thing just right off the bat, that would be really cool.
Sorry.
Sorry, did you have a guess?
For your?
Yeah, it actually is for your. I was actually looking at for you for a second, like good for you, but then I realized this happened again. Okay, so like,
Also, would R be E?
yeah, that's what I was talking about like at when we started this for the ending, because it's not just common, but when we look here, why is this not writing? Okay, say we cut it off here. What's J?
D.
Yeah, needed. So what I was looking at the beginning is whenever you have this sort of like double and then like some letter, this same like letter from back here and then that random letter again. Sorry, I can't like really say what that is out loud, but like you guys know what I mean. It's probably some sort of past tense verb like needed is because you have that DED at the end. Okay, a lot to fill in. I'll just start with common stuff.
Maybe it starts with jogging is very beneficial.
Where'd you get that from? I mean, yeah, it's right, but
Well, I saw that, like, I saw the benefit, and then the word before it could be very.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, you know what? There's a little bit too much to fill in for me right now, so I'm gonna switch to like just guessing mode where I read it off and see like what would make sense after it. So jogging is very beneficial. It's probably the end of the sentence. Probably says it's good for you. It's good for your. If I cut this off here, what's that? It's good for your what?
It's and. It says and.
Oh yeah, and that's not what I was getting at, but nice job. It's good for your,
That's legs.
yeah. Oh, we had that too, but I was kind of just getting at the more guessy stuff.
And that'd be your again.
Yep. And your, okay, what is connected to your legs?
Feet.
Yep. Wait, let me just make sure I'm not misleading you. Yeah, it's feet. It's,
Also,
yeah, nice.
it's also very good.
Okay, I'm gonna stop dividing now. Is this 4 again? Yeah.
For
E4.
that'd be
The-
H.
For the ground.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I'll fill in the T's and we'll see if we can just guess this without, necessarily filling stuff in. So this is probably it. And then I'll leave that there.
Is it like it makes it feel needed?
Yeah.
Last part.
All right. Yeah. So it's kind of a jokey quote, but the main thing that we needed to recognize when starting this is either we look for that ing, or another way you could have started is when you see this G and the double letter after it, it's probably good. And then based on like this O stuff, we could extend that and see good for your. Okay. Wait, let me just make sure I didn't skip one. Yeah, all right. Okay, so this one, it says it contains magic. That doesn't necessarily mean that like it has the word magic in it. It could be like magician or something, but it contains like the 5-letter thing magic. So it's not as helpful necessarily as some other hints were because like we don't know where magic happens, right? So we could just go about solving this like a regular unhinted Patristocrat, or we could somehow try to like root out where magic is. Honestly, I think most of the time when you have a hint like this and you try and search for the word, unless like there are some pretty obvious letter frequency ways to do it, like if you have like an E in the word, for instance, and something that never happens, like a Z or something, that could be pretty easy to find, but magic isn't necessarily as easy. So we might just want to go about this regularly. And once we just like by chance get one of these letters, we could see if like magic fits in that like position. So here, what we can see is that what E, Q, C, I can't see after U, but I'm guessing there's not more common letters. So yeah, those are the 3 most common. Sorry, I'm just seeing if there's like a pattern I can lead you guys to. You know what? I actually might just show getting where magic is, unless, somebody finds a suggestion for a normal aristocrat like approach to this. Okay, so when we're looking at magic, we have like somewhat but not really common letter, extremely common letter, also somewhat not really common letter, pretty common letter, and then, same deal, not super common letter. So if we're looking for like what could be A and what could be I as well, A is probably going to be more common than I. That's just usually how it works out. But then you probably, in order to get where magic is, you probably want to be looking for where two pretty common letters are separated in between by one letter. And then once you find like one of those 3-letter, kind of made a smiley face, one of those 3-letter things, then you can check if the surrounding letters are like not so common. So I guess let's see if we can find something like that. Here we have, so I circled like probably, A and I are one of these 3. It could be like A, like I could be A or something though, but we just won't consider low probability stuff for now. So here Q and C are separated by one letter, but the problem with this is that Q happens again here, so it can't be that. Just looking for Q, C's, and E's, not here. I mean, this is C and C, but that's the same letter, so that doesn't make any sense. Here's C and Q, so let's look at J, T, and X there. So J is not super common. T is not all that common. I literally can't see X. Can somebody tell me what X is? The frequency of it. Hold on.
X is 6.
X is 6. Okay, so T and X are like slightly more common than I would like. Cause like, maybe they shouldn't happen that much, but this is a probability or possibility for magic. So we'll leave that in our minds to see if it's possible. C and Q happen again here. R, Y, and J. R, Y. Can somebody help me out with Y again? Sorry.
Y is 4.
Y is 4. Okay, so I guess this is another possibility, but if it ends up being either of these, you have like A, I, and like AI again, no matter which one is magic, right? So maybe it's not either of these because that's kind of like a weird repetition to see. Hold on, we have QE here. That's another possibility. So if we block it off like this, we can look at the letter frequencies. So B is 2, K is 2, R is 6. I'm liking this a little bit more because C is more common than both M and G. And then we can also look at the following word just in case, the word is magic. So for here, this would have been C, which would have been A. And then here it would have been R, which we have no idea. Okay, so it probably is one of these 3. I don't think it's here because like I said before, there's this weird AI thing that would happen twice, right? No matter which word is magic. So I think, it's not super likely. This obviously like is not a super substantiated guess, but let's just try here. Mostly because I feel like it. But, for Patristocrats, sometimes you just have to make your peace with a guess at the start and see if it works out. Okay, I'll erase all the random marks that we have. Okay, so based on this, I'll fill in some stuff. So like I said before, we don't know that the word is magic, but we know that, nothing's going to come before magic. Like no words in English have magic at the end. So we can cut off the beginning of the letter there, or the beginning of the word. Q. If it happens right before magic, it's probably just going to be, oh, okay. So what do we think the word that contains magic is? Because it's probably not magic, right? Because otherwise it would have to be like a magic. Anybody got any guesses for that like magic word?
It'd be magical, right? Because
Yeah,
it's like magical or magician. A magician's the eye.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we can probably cut it off here. And it's not like magically because we don't have that double L. I was filling in A's. Where is this K? I definitely skipped over it. Here it is. Eyes. And then I guess we have the L left. Okay, so luckily, like nothing looks super weird. So, for now, we can assume that our guess was right. If it really looked weird, like you started having like, I don't know of an example, but say you had like a J and K together, like that's not ever going to happen, right? So that would like signal to you that you probably need to start over with a different guess.
Is it a magical talisman?
Where are you getting that from?
I have a book full of word patterns.
And it has talisman in it? All right, that's a pretty specific book. Hold on. I just lost calibration for this. Okay, I'm back. We'll see if it's right, but I don't, that's not really a guess you would make in the test, right? Because there's kind of a lot you have to assume for that. So we'll leave it for now and see if it was right later once we make like more high probability stuff. You get me? There is this L though, so we'll see.
Could the first word be courage? It was like C is E due to frequency, and then OUR.
Yeah, that makes sense because you probably won't see CA and G in the same word unless it is courage. I guess I'll fill in. I mean, yeah, there's just a lot of filling in to do for this one.
Could the next two words be and perseverance? Because courage and perseverance go often together. I think it fits.
Yeah, it does fit. Yeah, like taking it step by step, I would say like this is definitely and then once you, I mean, we do have a lot of letters in perseverance to go off of. I probably missed a C. Oh no, it's
Courage and perseverance are a
yeah.
magical something.
Mm,
I think he was right with talisman. That makes sense.
yeah, 1 second. Wait, that's not, I didn't fill that in wrong, right? There's an extra Y there.
You forgot the R in perseverance.
But I don't think it's R. No, you did fill it in right.
No, it's
Yeah.
P. Isn't
No,
it
PERSEVERANCE. Put it right. It's not R. The dividing's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a common mistake people actually make. This happened.
There can't be R magical. That's not a word. It would be like have. It's probably
Yeah.
have.
Oh shoot, I thought I had my eraser on. Yeah, that's actually a common mistake people make in Codebusters. I don't know why, but like perseverance is how you spell it, right? But a lot of people think it's perseverance. So that actually messed a couple people up when I was supervising something last year. Okay, so if we cut it off at perseverance, do we have Y or J? Okay, yeah, so it's have because we had J equals V. Yeah, you know what? We can just put in talisman for now. Before I do anything, do we see anything in like sort of the middle region of the cipher that we could, I don't know, recognize?
at the end? Maybe it's into air.
Into air?
Like just looking around at the letters that are already filled in.
That's true.
I think it's like difficulties.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I was hinting at.
Obstacles?
Oh yeah, over here. Oh, okay. So if something goes into air, what's the verb for it? Probably.
Vanish?
Yeah. What's kind of along the same lines as vanish?
Disappeared.
Yeah, okay. Is this part of the same word or not? No, this is another and. Okay. Okay, so courage and perseverance have a magical talisman. Oh, anybody know this word pattern? Try not to. Which? Yeah, nice. Okay. And then here we might have some letters. Yeah. So what's this word?
Before.
Yeah, so courage and perseverance have, okay, that F is weird, but ignore. Courage and perseverance have a magical talisman before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish into air. Okay, let's see. Is the next one unhinted? No. Okay, there's an unhinted one in here somewhere. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the last one. Let me see. We can probably do two. We probably have the time for it. Oh, wait, no, we have 3 left. Okay, we'll see where we get to. So B maps to G. And we got 3 of those. Okay, so hint doesn't do all that much, but I guess, you know, we might be able to make a stretch of a guess and have it be right. First we can just kind of mark the common words. So what is it? Q, C, and S are like the most common. So the quote ends in QS. I don't really see anything that we can go off of there.
The second 5-letter block might be one of.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is a word pattern that's there, but the reason I'd probably not go.
It could also be that, right? If QST
Yeah,
has
yeah, I was
like,
considering both. It also could have been like out of or something, but here, I'll just go through them one by one why I don't think we necessarily want to guess them. So C, like consider that for instance. C is like kind of way too common for that, right? Even though like Q is obviously like much more common than C, and like 15:9 does look like a good ratio, but C is like more common than R, which, you know, probably shouldn't happen if they are actually H and A. And then let's look at one of, I guess. I mean, same thing with looking at O versus E, if we're considering that this is one, or even O versus T, if it's like out of. O probably shouldn't like overpower it that much, if that makes any sense. I think we've all done a little bit of cryptograms.org, right? What are like kind of the major themes that happen with those quotes? Because like they're also, if the test writer for like whatever invitational that your team goes to for Codebusters, unless they make like original quotes or something, if they pull them from like the internet or something, they'll probably have the same themes that you see pretty much on cryptograms.org. So I guess here I'll start. Sometimes you see a lot of stuff about like government, or like, you know, a word that you might think is uncommon but actually happens like a weird amount on cryptograms.org is like government, right? What else is like kind of along the same lines? Like you wouldn't think you'd see it, but you do see it a lot. Kind of a weird question. You know what? I think I'll just help us out here on this one because it is kind of a weird way to think about a quote. So my first thought when I saw G beginning the quote, it's probably either like a command like go over there, or like get me, I don't know, a glass of water, or it's something like philosophical that either has God or government. And you know, you can see that it's not government by the fact that this A happens here and here, or you know, the rest of the word because it doesn't match the word pattern, but it could be God. And in either case, you have GO, right? So I think it's a pretty safe guess. Like it's a 1-letter guess, just to say that G is O. So
Couldn't it be like greatness?
that would be a really good guess, except we don't have the NESS pattern, right? I think that's all of the G's. Wait, no, there should be one more somewhere. Where did I miss it? Does anybody see an extra G somewhere? Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, so over here it could be like out of or one of or something, but you know, we can't be too sure. Where else could we go with this? You know what? We might just want to, since there's not, you know, many places to go, we might just want to go letter frequencies on this. And the reason I think it's safe is that Q is so common, right? So what can we just guess that it is?
One of.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's a little more It's a little more advanced than I was going for, but I was just gonna say it's E. I'm not, it's not actually one of, that was my mistake, because this is actually, this forbids it from being one of. But yeah, let's fill in E for now. Okay, so this definitely cuts off here, right? Because no way you're seeing like EO in a word unless it's like geology or like, I don't know, geological.
Maybe it's God created and that word is Oreo.
Oreo? uh, you know what? I think God created could be valid, especially since it lines up with the God thing, but I don't think it's Oreo. It's probably like it cuts off here or something, But here, let's go with God first and then see if that gets, or like that makes sense in the rest, even though there's only 3 of them. Where is that?
Wait, if that's a D, then it's created, right?
I think there's a lot more words it could be than created, but created is definitely a big possibility.
You had missed a Q right in front of the D.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I mean,
you might
that
be
doesn't
right.
necessarily narrow it down to created though. Like here, I'll let you on a secret. I think it's created too, but this could be any past tense word just because it ends in ed, right? As long as there's an E in the middle. So I don't know. Today, like I just wanted to be able to teach like universal strategies, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily want to like go for the flashy plays. Here, so if that's not Oreo, then it could be like 4 or something, and then, but that doesn't make sense.
Okay, could be like of or on, and then there would be another cutoff.
Yeah, that's true. What is K? There's 4 Ks. You know what, with the E's we have, we could probably just get the, so I guess we can look for some candidates and then like eliminate them to see if they matter or not. Select.
Wait, if G is usually ing, couldn't like
Good.
MIB be ing?
It could, let me see the frequencies. I'm like hesitant about doing it because like N is not super common, right? But it might just be like a weird cipher where just you don't see that many N's. I don't know. Here, let's stick with the for now, just in case, like, that could break it open. Oh, we do see MRQ twice. I'm a little hesitant though, because like M doesn't really look like T. So it could just be something else that's happening. Of the candidates here, the one that appeals to me most is RLQ, just because like R is decently common at least. And then L, like, here, let me take a look at X again. Yeah, X happens twice, which, H shouldn't happen too much, but it's also not going to happen twice probably. So I feel like RLQ is our best bet here. Just because like L, maybe like 3 times is not that big of a difference, but I don't know. That's kind of like my unscientific take on it. Here out. Oh, you know what? That does line up with the created thing. So you know what? We can just go with it and then put created with it since we like sort of supported it.
In the like second row, the third box, could that be like everything?
It could, yeah. And I think okay, yeah. So about the ing thing, I was probably just wrong on that. But, do be careful that n isn't too, what is it, like uncommon? Because like usually it'll be a little more common than that. But everything was a good guess, yeah.
Maybe it's
Oh,
like
what's
in the
happening?
top row. Maybe it's for the.
Yeah, that makes sense since we have the thing already. And then when we were talking about of earlier, that's probably what happened.
Wouldn't you split it between the B and C in the first row? Because it's ending in ing, so
Oh yeah, that's also true. I mean, I guess there could be an S there or something, but it's
yeah.
not likely.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're right.
Wait, don't
Oh,
we know C? Because C is and created.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So I guess, what is this? And also like this word.
Wait, if S is R, is that architecture?
Yeah, it is architecture. And then, maybe we can see T. It might not help us too much, but
Paper.
Is that paper?
yeah, it is paper. So then does that help us get this word as well? Actually, we have like everything in this word, but
So paper is also the last word, right?
yep.
Oh, that'd be purpose.
Yep.
Purpose of drawing architecture.
That sounds weird, but I guess it's right.
Only.
Are you saying this is only?
Yeah.
Okay.
But M is I.
Oh yeah, that's true. There is an ON in there, but the LY doesn't fit.
So it's probably on something. Yeah, M equals I.
So on it. You missed the E after everything. So it
Wait,
could
if
be
it
else.
after every else.
So then, my bad. I just have to fit this tiny I in after everything else is. C is A.
At least.
Yeah.
At least for me.
That maybe it's like at least comma for me, comma. And then this is. Okay.
I think there's like a separate before like me and the A.
Yeah, I just wasn't doing it yet because I was filling these in. Let's see. Y and N. So we have
Waste.
Y. I think we have Y as U here actually. So then, oh wait, did I? No, this is right. And then we're looking for V and N. N is,
Abuse.
okay. It's kind of weird. So God created paper for the purpose of drawing architecture on it. I don't know if that's like the technical way to say it or anything. Everything else is, at least for me, an abuse of paper. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it looks like we won't be getting to the end of this, but there's like maybe 2 or 3 more questions for you to do. So I'll post this to the Google Classroom right after class.
I still don't have access to the Google Classroom. Like no one ever sent an email or anything.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, it's the same for me.
that's our bad. We just had it at the first what is it? Meeting. Let me go
Oh
find.
yeah, because I had signed up after that. I think that's why.
Yeah, I'll go find.
Yeah, we both signed up. We both came on the second class.
That makes sense. Yeah. Hold on. I need to get rid of this annotation tool. So I think it's in this. Also, I'm not sure if like all too much was posted there, so don't worry about it. See if that works.
Yeah, it does.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I'll just post like the meeting recording and you know, all that stuff there. And if you have any questions, you can always just like email me like a screenshot of the cipher or something if you're stuck. And then hold on. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Have a nice day, everybody. I might post like some practice Patristocrats, but like you don't have to do them unless you feel like you want to.